Yeah, we got a 13-year-old Noah up here helping us with the booth. We got a 9-year-old helping us with the starter stand. The youth of motorsports is alive and well behind that Toyota Camry pace car, and we're getting ready to go.
That pace car pulls off into the infield. Here we go, first main event of the night here at the All-American Speedway. It's about to go green. There's that green flag thrown by our 9-year-old flagman, and we're going green down in turn number 1.
It's a slow start. Those mini cups take a lap or two to get underway. They're kind of like the Daytona restrictor plate cars, and immediately it's your top two in the points, side by side. Whoa, it's close.
That's the 3-car getting those down, those slides of the track that kind of comes out of my view. I have to stand up to see the racetrack down there in turn 4. The 3-car lead lap number 1.
Yep, the 3-car of Trey Daniels leading the way on the 7-car of Kenna Mitchell as they work their way down the back straightaway. Getting a little gap on the number 45 of Colton Nelson. Colton Nelson, he races flat track motorcycles up in Auburn, and they decided to put a roof over his head. And so good luck, Colton. So cool to have that. Remember, whoever wins this battle wins the points, race fans. There's a lot on the line here. In trouble for the 16 car, Taylor Mitchell.
Yeah, 16's a little bit slow, but going back to the 45, Colton Nelson, you said something about putting a roof over his head, but I heard a good saying that, you start out on 2 wheels for some guys, and as you get older, you get 4 wheels and a roll cage because those dirt bikes will tear you up big time. So out front still, Trey Daniels leading the way. We've got, looks like 4 laps in this time by and 16 to go.
Wow, Kenna Mitchell really had Trey Daniels' number in qualifying. She was down in the 16.7s. And you look now, her best lap so far is 17.2. So she's fallen off a ton. And, you might say it's conditions. Hasn't been that long, race fans. It's only been about an hour and a half since they qualified. So the track is almost identical as her teammate going off the racetrack.
Yep, Taylor Mitchell pulls off the track. That car did not seem like it was up to speed quite well there. So it's still the 3 Daniels, then Mitchell, and then third spot right now is Colton Nelson. He's about a straightaway, maybe a half straightaway behind your top 2.
Well, one of the ways those cars benefit, those smaller mini cup cars, is the way they handle the corners. So he may be able to chip away at these top 2 before this thing is over. But don't look now. They're starting to tighten up to the lead.
Yep, the 7-car definitely closing in about a car length and a half back from that number 3 car. They work down the front. I think that 1-car length, Steven, as they go into turn number 1 and 2. She's closing that gap just a little bit that last time by. She was 4/10 faster.
Well, one of the things we've seen in this class is sometimes they make their move a little bit too early, and it ends up affecting them, and the other driver can come back and get them back. So Kenna's got a time this year. We still have 12 to go, which is a long way around for these diminutive cars here in Roseville.
I'm not too familiar with these types of race cars, but I'm noticing on that 7-car, Kenna Mitchell, I'm not sure if they didn't hook up the roof too well there. That thing's bouncing around down the straightaway. It might not be very good aerodynamics there for that 7-car. I'm not really sure if that's
these are identically prepared cars. They're all built by Inex out of Concord, North Carolina, with the same Briggs & Stratton V-twins. Same engines you'll find in a junior sprint, a junior dragster, and here in our Bando. So any place you can get an advantage is crucial. Wow, up on the steering wheel for Trey Daniels. Speaking of junior sprints, when they race on the dirt, he was tonight.
They're going to catch up to the lap car, Bella Thompson, and Thompson not really that far off the pace compared to the other lap car earlier, Taylor Mitchell, so that might come into play here. That 6-car is going to be right in the racing line of your leader, and he's going to have to make some kind of maneuver here around that car, and that might cost him the race lead here with under 8 laps to go.
Colton Nelson just ran his best lap in the main event, and then he did it again, 2 in a row, so he's really picking up the pace on that Lucas Oil car, but giving up a little bit of ground, and here's where it gets interesting. With 7 to go, lap traffic. That's got to put some pressure on the young Trey Daniels here.
Yeah, here we go. We'll see what happens. They work down the backstretch. The lap car just in front. They might catch him at the right time here at the end of the straightaway, right into turn number 3. Makes the pass without any issues there. And that lap car is going to slide way up the track. I thought that might hit the wall right there, but keeps it out of the fence. Still a half car length separate your top 2.
It's coming out of the wire. 6 to go. That's 2 more miles of racing here at the All-American Speedway. The number 3 out of Fort Bragg, Trey Daniels. The number 7 out of Loomis, Kenna Mitchell. And we'll see if the boys can rule or if the girls can rule today here in Roseville as they're going to school with 5 to go for the youngest racers here at All-American Speedway.
Oh, the 7's got to run to the inside, back straightaway there, Stephen. Here comes the 7, Kenna Mitchell, putting it on for the ladies here tonight at the All-American Speedway. She's going to slide up the racetrack and take the race lead on lap number 16.
Well, there's still 4 to go, race fans. We'll see if Daniels can answer back. Crossover up on the wheel, but she got that slingshot out of turn 2. They've done this so many times. This could be the championship-winning move for McKenna Mitchell.
Yeah, the 3-car, Trey Daniels, might have made a big mistake right there. He went way down low in turn 1. He got up next to her, but it really scrubbed his speed off on the exit of the corner. Now she's pulled away. Oh, the 3-car, a little bit of a twitch right there, but he's still right there with her. 3 to go. 2.5.
He's going about 3 car lengths deeper than he has been, trying to find the way. Oh, Kenna opened the door. Trey Daniels got to run here. 2 to go. They're side by side again. This is going to be, it's going to be close. They come together and they both spin. And Kenna keeps going. Kenna never stopped. Whoa.
Oh.
A very dramatic contact. Poor Colton Nelson. I did not know if they were on the receivers talking to these drivers or not. But Colton did not know there were no yellow lights on, and of course we're red, race fans. And definitely not the way we'd want to end our 2019 season for our youngest drivers. And our young ladies, Kenna and Bella, do a great job coming to a stop. And our MotoWare safety crew is on the case. And it looks like Colton Nelson is climbed out of the race car, race fans. So Colton Nelson in car number 45 is out of the car. These drivers, I don't believe, have two-way radios. So he was pretty much in the dark, and you're sitting low, and that's kind of a blind uphill corner there. Tough break for Colton Nelson.
Yeah, really hard hit. I mean, he was just running his own race. He really wasn't up there with the leaders, and was just going to try and come home there on the bottom step of the podium in third, and came around the corner in the 3-car. Trey Daniels was right there. Like you said, it's hard to see, I'm sure, inside those cars with the different pillars that are kind of, holding the body together and stuff right there, kind of in his blind spot when he came around the corner, and sure enough, the 3 was right there.
Well, the tough thing with these smaller cars is there is no crumple zone. There's nowhere for the car to collapse. The driver ends up kind of absorbing all of that. And, also they don't have their motor in the front. It's in the back. So that also takes away some of that crumple zone there. And so our Bearco safety crew and also the AMR crew on the case down there with Trey Daniels. And wouldn't surprise me if we don't end up yellow checkerding this event with 2 laps to go. And hopefully we get some good reports from both of our youngsters down there here at the All-American Speedway. Well, race fans, we see Trey Daniels down there as well, race fans. How about a round of applause for all of our young drivers? I know they can hear us down there, so tough break for these drivers. we are seeing the checker flag in the hand of Kenny Newberry there in the starter stand, and he is going to display it, I believe, with a double checker here on our Napa Ineos 150. And that's going to mean that McKenna Mitchell unofficially is your race winner and your champion for 2019. And we'll be confirming that as the night goes on, and those presentations are going to be at the end of the night. So how about it for our young drivers in our Mini Cup versus Bandolero? Let's make some noise for these young drivers, race fans. They were driving their hearts out, and you could tell what this race meant to these drivers being in front of this great crowd here in Roseville.
Yeah, absolutely putting on a great show. I mean, there might have only been 5 of them out there, but that might be one of the best races we see all night. You never know. I mean, these kids were putting on a fantastic show up there at the front of the field, and at the beginning of the race there, we thought that Kenna might not have anything for Trey Daniels, and sure enough, she kind of dug down deep and had her car come to her a little bit there, and